Salute everybody. Welcome to Miss Parker. Miss Parker. Today I'm doing this really quick demonstration on coping and healing, and it's quite unfortunate because today I got a call about my mother, and hospice had been called in. So I went home or whatever. She started to perk up a little bit and things like that. And I wanted to touch on coping and healing. Salute Dragon, salute Chopping It Up TV, salute Melanated, salute Gordo, salute Max. Thanks for everybody that came through today. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to share this because I know um, it's a lot of people that go through losing a loved one, taking a loss. Grief comes in a lot of different ways. Um, so that's why I wanted to touch on this. Salute Lalizi, salute Pretty Black TV. Um, Coping and healing comes because I got to cope now and I got to heal. Um, when I woke up today, I didn't feel too good. So I had a woman that had bought me a Bible. She had been trying to give me a Bible for quite some time. And she was like, should I come today? Can I, is it okay if I drop it off? And first, the devil was working with me like, no. But I was like, yeah, bring it. She was like, I can bring it next week. I was like, no. Something was over me and was like, nah, you can bring it by today. Salute Sagittarius. So in the process of that, my youngest daughter called and she said, hey, Callie, thank you. And my daughter had told me, she said, Mom, um, Nana might not make it through the night. So I was hurt because I'm not there. And it was the fact that I wasn't there, but something came over me. And I know it was my mother because at that point I was ready to give up. I was ready to give up on my recovery. I was ready to give up on this channel. I was ready to throw everything away because I was mad. Because nobody wants to lose anybody, especially their mother. Coping is what we do to live through those events or periods of time. Healing is what we do to literally remove those events from our lives or when we shift our thoughts and feelings about the issue so deeply that when the events occur, they no longer trigger such unpleasant reactions. Thanks, Melanie. It's 5 stages of grief. It's denial. This can't be happening to me. It's anger. Why is this happening to me? And who is to blame? And that's where I was this morning. I was very angry. I was angry at the point because I'm not with my children. I'm not with my mother. Um, I was angry because my mother is, I'm losing my mother. Then it's the bargaining part of the grief. Um, Make this not happen. In return, I will. Meaning, like even salute Cali Stews, even with my mother. Once we found out about the diagnosis of her cancer, we didn't know how bad it was. And once I got home the other day, um, it was her cancer was from her brain all the way to her toes. And I had been bargaining with God for quite some time now, like, let me have it, or just give me one more, just give me another year with her and I'll do better. That's that bargaining part, but that's a part of grief. Depression. I'm too sad to do anything. And then acceptance. I'm at peace with what happened. And that's where I'm, getting at because my mama was at peace. When I last seen her the other day, she was actually at peace with everything. I could tell. I was around my mother long enough that I could tell. You know how you're out of the 5 kids, you're one of the faves, and that's where I was with my mother. I was one of those faves, but I knew the other day that she was at peace. She was laughing, she was smiling. Coping with grief and loss. Whatever type of loss you suffered, there's no right or wrong way to grieve. But by understanding the stages and types of grief, you can find healthier ways to cope. What is grief? Grief is a natural response to loss. It's the emotional suffering you feel when something or someone you love is taken away. I didn't see Shank in here. I see everybody saluting Shank, but if you're on here, salute Shank, salute. Melanated Queen says, so sorry to hear that. I wish we could talk off of here. I lost my mother in 2004, breast cancer. It's a process healing to you. Absolutely, Melanated Queen. Salute RH Unlimited. But for people like you, Melanated Queen, it is a process. It's definitely a healing process, and that's why I wanted to touch on it. Even I'm sad right now, but I'm okay. She said everything's gonna be okay. Often, the pain of a loss can feel overwhelming. You may experience all kinds of difficult and unexpected emotions, from shock or anger to disbelief, guilt, profound sadness. And that's where I was with it. I was feeling guilty this morning, you guys. I was feeling guilty because, I got on and talked about my addiction and different things like that. And I know I so wanted to be like, maybe if I didn't, she would still be healthy. She would, if I didn't put as much stress on her during my addiction and things like that, this wouldn't be happening. If I wasn't mean at a point in time when I was going through a lot, I was mean sometimes. It's that guilt, you get that guilt during grief. And it says, in profound sadness, the pain of grief can also disrupt your physical health, making it difficult to sleep, eat, or even think straight. These are normal reactions to a loss, and the more significant the loss, the more intense your grief will be. Coping with the loss of someone or something you love is one of life's biggest challenges. Sorry, y'all, my words. You may associate grieving with the death of a loved one, which is often the cause of the most intense type of grief. But any loss can cause grief. So, not just death can cause grief, but divorce or relationship breakups, loss of health, losing a job, loss of financial stability, a miscarriage, retirement, death of a pet, loss of a cherished dream, a loved one's serious illness, loss of a friendship, loss of safety after a trauma, selling the family home. Yes, something about the name Jesus. Melanated Queen said, blaming yourself is natural. Absolutely. Even subtle losses in life can trigger a sense of grief. For example, you might grieve after moving away from home, graduating from college, or changing jobs. Callie Stu said, 26 years without minds. God is faithful. Even when we don't understand, take it 1 second, minute at a time. The memories get you through. Absolutely. Thank you, Callie Stu. Miss T, salute everybody for supporting the channel. Like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks, Miss T. Whatever your loss, it's personal to you. So don't feel ashamed about how you feel or believe. That's how someone somehow only appropriate to grieve for certain things. If the person, animal, relationship, or situation was significant to you, it's normal to grieve the loss you're experiencing. Whatever the cause of your grief, though, there are healthy ways to cope with the pain that in time can ease your sadness and help you come to terms with your loss, find new meaning, and eventually move on with your life. So prayers to Callie Stu and Melanated Queen. It's so hard, you guys, right now. It is. But I wanted to do this live. Salute Ben Walker, salute. I wanted to do this live because in the process, like I said, of waking up, to that news, giving up wasn't an option. Um, she definitely came to me and she made me proud. And I was like, I want to do a live because, there's somebody I can touch with, to let people know y'all not the only one that's going through this. And, it's a part of healing. The grieving process. Grieving is a highly individual experience. There's no right or wrong way to grieve. So remember, it's a process. How you grieve depends on many factors, including your personal and coping style, your life experience, your faith, and how significant the loss was to you. Inevitably, the grieving process takes time. Healing happens gradually. It can't be forced or hurried. There is no normal timetable for grieving. Some people start to feel better in weeks or months. For others, the grieving process is measured in years. Whatever your grief experience, it's important to be patient with yourself and allow the process to naturally unfold. So remember, it's okay to grieve. It's no time on grieving. Now we're going to get to the process of grieving. It says, while grieving a loss is an inevitable part of life, there are ways to help cope with the pain, come to terms with your grief, and eventually find a way to pick up the pieces and move on with your life. Melanated Queen said, you definitely touched me today. Thank you so much. Salute, so blessed. Salute. Michelle said, beautiful one, Miss Parker. Miss Parker, continuous prayers, blessings and healing, protections over you and your family. Love you, Mama Parker, faithful servant. Absolutely. Let me do this again. I got on here today with clouded judgment. But I did this as a way, it's like a start. And I know I can always go back and look at my lives and, learn the healing process. This is how to deal with the grieving process. Number one is acknowledge your pain. 2, accept that the grief can trigger many different and unexpected emotions. 3, salute Pressure with Us 5, salute Zeke. Thanks, guys. Thank you so much. 3 is understanding that your grieving process will be unique to you. Give me a second, guys. 4 is seek out face-to-face support from people who care about you. Always get a support group. It is good not to feel like let me see. We're not alone, because I'm not the only one grieving. I have siblings. We have children. So our children are affected as well. Salute, you have the right one. Salute, Z. Thanks for the prayers, guys. Thanks. So seek out face-to-face support from people who care about you. Salute, Jen. Salute. Callie said it took years for me. Life is forever changed, but you aren't alone. Keep your head up and press through. Thank you, Callie. Number 5, support yourself emotionally by taking care of yourself physically. Because if I don't take care of myself, how am I going to be strong for my children? How am I going to show them? Sorry, y'all, I started crying and I didn't want to upset anybody, but salute, Bree, salute. But yeah, we have to take care of ourselves. Salute, Jay, because then there I go. Without taking care of myself properly, I'm no good to myself. She said, "Come, Holy Spirit, come, provide your strength to our sister." Thank you so much. Thank you. I definitely feel number five. Yes, Callie. Yes, number five is going to be um, the one the most, the one that I got to recognize with and just come to terms with. Six is recognize the difference between grief and depression. I love you, Brie, too. And remember the five stages of grief: denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance. If you are experiencing any of these emotions following a loss, it may help you to know that your reaction is natural and that you'll heal in time. However, not everyone who grieves goes through all the stages, and that's okay. Contrary to popular belief, you do not have to go through each stage in order to heal. In fact, some people resolve their grief without going through any of the stages. And if you go through these stages of grief, you probably want to experience them in a neat sequential order. So don't worry about what you should be feeling or which stage you're supposed to be in. Salute Melanated Gems, salute Shane, salute Swag Light TV. For those that's coming in, I wanted to do coping and healing because um, I had to FaceTime and watch my mama taking her last breaths today. The hospice called all the family in, and I was upset because I wasn't there like the rest of the family. I'm not there with my children. I'm not there with my sisters. I'm not there with my mother. But I did spend time with my mother, and she was very happy. So I wanted to do this because I got to teach my kids and be a rock for my sisters to cope and heal. And I know that my mother won't want me to be upset. I know she will want me to keep my head up and keep pushing. And she told me again how proud she was of me and how much she loved me. And she made me laugh throughout the oxygen being on her nose and her being in so much pain that I hated watching. But she was glowing and she was confused. And she told me, I'm confused. And I said, it's okay. And I said, it's okay to go home. And I meant that because she was good to us. She raised us well. We all succeeded. And she brought me into this world. That was the best thing that could have happened to me. Without her, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be here. So, I'm happy. Seeking support for grief and loss. The pain of grief can often cause you to want to withdraw from others and retreat into your shell. But having the face to face support of other people is vital to healing from loss. Hey, Bam, salute. Riri said, I love you. I'm sending love and light and peace to you and your family. Thank you, Riri. Um, I'm going to start over. The pain of grief. Grief can often cause you to want to withdraw from others and retreat into your shell. But having a face to face support of other people is vital to healing from loss. Even if you're not comfortable talking about your feelings under normal circumstances, it's important to express them when you're grieving, as I'm doing now. So I'm healing right now because I'm sharing with you guys and expressing under all under these unnormal circumstances. I'm expressing and grieving at the same time. While sharing your loss can make the burden of grief easier to carry, that doesn't mean that every time you interact with friends and family, you need to talk about your loss. Comfort can also come from just being around others who care about you. The key is not to isolate yourself. Shank says salute to everybody. He's driving. Jay said, "Woo, my eyeballs are sweating." It's okay, Jay, you guys. It said, turn to friends and family members. Now is the time to lean on the people who care about you. Even if you take pride in being strong and self-sufficient, that should be me. Rather than avoiding them, draw friends and loved ones close. Spend time together, face to face, and accept the assistance that's offered. Often people want to help you but don't know how. So tell them what you need, whether it's a shoulder to cry on, a listening ear, or just someone to hang out with. If you don't feel you have anyone you can regularly connect with in person, it's never too late to build new friendships. Um, Haley Lang, salute. Um, I mean, if you tell your loved ones that you love them today, you know, we don't say, I know I don't, but I don't think we say I love you enough. Because it's not today isn't promised to us, it's a minute. We live by the second. Spend time with your loved ones, hug your loved ones. Life is too short, life is too precious to um, argue, to not come to, even when I've been the maddest at my sisters, I prayed about it. I had to pray. I've had hate, anger, all of this stuff um come when it comes to siblings, fights, cousins. I never talk to them again. And right now that's when I need them the most, So tell your loved ones that you love them. Draw close to family and friends. And it said, draw comfort from your faith. If you follow a religious tradition, embrace the comfort its morning rituals can provide. Spiritual activities that are meaningful to you, such as praying, meditating, or going to church, can offer solace. If you're questioning your faith in the wake of the loss, talk to the clergy member or others in a religious community. And today again, salute Swag Life TV, salute bruh, salute. Um, like I said today, I woke up kind of feeling icky, and I had asked a woman that was doing Bible study in the neighborhood because she gave me a Bible, and she said, "Yeah, sure." So when she called me today, um, first thing the devil was telling me is, "Nah, you don't want it right now. You're too sick." And she was like, "Tasha, I can bring you next week." And then I don't know, it was something that just flushed over me. I started to feel a little better, and I was like, "No, I'll take it today." So I sat it on the table. So I know that was my mother. I know that was my mother. I know I need to look at a scripture to to keep me uplifted during all of this. Um, Callie said, absolutely. Zeke said, anything can happen at any time. Ruby said, love your loved ones. Well, there, we're here. Thank you, everybody. It said, join a support group. Grief can feel very lonely, even when you have loved ones around. Sharing your sorrows with others who have experienced similar losses can help. Can help. So, with that saying, sharing your sorrow with others who have experienced similar losses can help. Thank you, Callie Stu and Melanated Queen. Thank you for sharing with me. It made me feel so much better. To find bereavement support groups in your area, you can contact your local hospitals, hospice, funeral homes, counseling centers. And see, I wasn't there for the hospice, but I'll get those information. They left some counseling and groups for us to call. Talk to a therapist or a grief counselor. If your grief feels like too much to bear, find a mental health professional with experience in grief counseling. An experienced therapist can help you work through intense emotions and overcome obstacles to your grieving. And I like that they said that because it's okay to seek out mental health evaluations. It's okay. That doesn't mean that you're crazy or nothing. That they will definitely help you. Taking care of yourself as you grieve. When you're grieving, it's more important than ever to take care of yourself. The stress of a major loss can quickly deplete your energy and emotional reserves. Looking after your physical and emotional needs will help you get through this difficult time. Face your feelings. You can try to suppress your grief, but you can't avoid it forever. In order to heal, you have to acknowledge the pain. Try to avoid feelings of sadness and loss only prolongs the grieving process. Unresolved grief can also lead to complications such as depression, anxiety, substance abuse, and health problems. Callie said, much love for you, Miss Parker. Talking definitely helps. Yes, you have just helped me. Thank you so much. I'm going to do a couple of more and then I'm going to get out of here. Express your feelings in a tangible or creative way. Even if you're not able to talk about your loss with others, it can help you to write down your thoughts and feelings in a journal, for example. Or you could release your emotions by making a scrapbook or volunteering for a cause related to your loss. So remember, it's always creative things that you can do to help you cope. Try to maintain your hobbies and interests. There is comfort in routines and getting back to the activities that bring you joy and connect you closer to others can help you come to terms with your loss and aid the grieving process. Don't let anyone tell you how to feel and don't tell yourself how to feel either. Your grief is your own, and no one else can tell you when it's time to move on or get over it. Let yourself feel whatever you feel without embarrassment or judgment. It's okay to be angry, to yell at the heavens, to cry or not to cry. It's also okay to laugh and find moments of joy and to let go when you're ready. So remember, it's okay. Your grief is your own. No one else can tell you when it's your time to move on or get over it. It's always okay. Hey Tina, salute. Look after your physical health. The mind and body are connected. When you feel healthy physically, you'll be better able to cope emotionally. Combat stress and fatigue by getting enough sleep, eating right, and exercise. Don't use alcohol or drugs to numb the pain of the grief or lift your mood artificially. So that's where I was. I love you too, Lalizi. I love you too. Thank you. Um, like I said, I'm newly recovered. I'm a newly recovering addict. So this is very hard for me. So instead of using, that's why I struck a live, saying coping and healing to take my mind off to find something more positive to focus on and think about right now. And when you deal with mental issues and anxiety and depression issues, on top of being a recovering addict, your brain is all over the place. You know what I'm saying? And the first thing you want to do is find a reason to use. And today I'm blessed to um, say instead of using, I decided to comfort someone else and help find somebody that's been in my position to cope and heal with me. Even though it's just the beginning for me, I still got a major road ahead, but this was just a start. Um, Plan ahead for grief triggers. Anniversaries, holidays, and important milestones can reawaken painful memories and feelings. Be prepared for an emotional wallop and know that it's completely normal. You can plan ahead by making sure that you're not alone, for example, or by marking your loss in a creative way. Remember, there's creative ways to cope, journals, talking to others, group counseling, leaning on a friend. This is when I need my family and friends the most. And I want to connect with my family and friends too, because, it's always like that for some reason that when something happens, we always connect during funerals. And I dislike that so much. Hold on, Callie. I'm gonna write this scripture down. She said, "Blessed are those who mourn, for they will be comforted." Matthew 5:4. Yeah, I got my Bible. I'm excited about that. Callie said, She said, Cali Vibes, Crystal Lewis sings a song titled Gold. She mentions that verse. It got me through. Cali. Prayers for you, Cali, as well. Salute, Miss D. Salute. You know, I appreciate everybody for coming through today. It like they said, for anybody that's going through anything like I'm going through or been through this, seek counseling. Um, think of positive things to do, you know, that you was doing before. Start journaling. Journaling has helped me a lot. It keeps me positive when I journal. I write down so many emotions. I don't even know that was in me when I write poems and everything. I be in here like, what, I wrote that? Dang, I was feeling like that. You know, I got to go back and look on my own emotions and be shocked about it, and it's okay. Um, but it is a process, and it's okay, and we just have to remember there's no time limit on um, grief or anything. It's okay to have those feelings. It's okay. Don't come down hard on yourself, and keep yourself together physically and emotionally. And we'll get through that. And I didn't do this live to get sympathy or anything, guys. I really needed I really needed to start my processing. When you know, we knew about the cancer for a long time, and that's why I tell everybody to please go get checked. Please go get checked. It is very essential that we go do our routine, our mammograms. Even for the men, it's not just it is breast cancer in men. Salute, I am the streets. It's breast cancer in men, but it's also prostate cancer, liver cancer. It's so many cancers out there, and it's more serious now than it was 10, 15 years ago. We don't know if it's in the food. We don't know why it's as bad as it is, but it really is more people with cancer, more than I've ever seen. And I wish my mama would have got checked sooner, you know, than she did. Um, and she had a fast spreading cancer. So, you know, all cancers aren't the same. They're just not. So get your physicals. Eat healthy. Eat well. Now is the time that we eat healthy. We drink our water. You know what I'm saying? Stay away from all the sugar. I am the street said my sister passed from colon. I still ain't recovered, but I got checked immediately. Um, Prayers up to you. I am the streets, and that's, you know, this is why I was talking about the coping and healing. When you know, my mother had breast cancer, and when I went home the other day, they said it was from her head, the top of her head, to her toes. So she had a fast spreading cancer. It took her mobility. In less than a week, she wasn't able to walk. Then when by the time I got home the other day, she wasn't even really too much could use her words. But you know, she talked to me, you know. She waited for me and she talked to me. So, you know, I'm happy about that. But I am the streets, it's okay, you know, I can't say it's okay because I'm going through that. But I'm here for you. If you have any resources and stuff like that, and you know, Callie Stu, she's just shared that she went through the same thing, and so did Melanated Queen. So you're not alone with how you're feeling and things like that. So, you know, we're here for you. If you ever want to talk, or if you ever start up a live on your channel, and wanted to talk about that, I'll definitely be there to support you through the whole process and stuff like that. And that's why it's important to share these kind of lives, because we don't know, somebody else has went through something like this. There's somebody else who wants to talk about it, but we just don't know who to talk to because there's so much damn scratching and negative energy um in our sector. and you don't want to share that because you don't know if it's going to be used against you. And these things hurt us. Nobody wants a loss, but to be having used against you in such a negative, bad way, that stops us from sharing. That keeps things bottled in, and it triggers emotions. I am the street said. Same with my sister. She went from walking and talking to nothing in a couple of weeks. Yeah, I am the streets. It really hit. It really hit, and I was starting to feel guilty today, you guys. Once I got that call that she was taking her last breaths and they was calling all the kids in, I immediately got angry, and um I was like, why am I getting angry? She wouldn't want that. You know what I'm saying? She wouldn't want that. So I immediately called my sisters on FaceTime, and I got to see her, and that's all I really wanted out of it, because I know she's at peace. My mama was a good woman at the end of the day, and to deal with me, she was a strong woman, and things like that. So um I'm just happy that she brought me into this world. I'm glad she made me just a strong woman as well. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, I am the streets, Callie, Melanated Queen, and this goes out to anybody with addictions, anything. I'm always here. I'll strike up my live to give you a comforting home to talk to express your feelings, and just be here. Thank you, Misty. Thank you so much to be here to listen. If you have anything, any suggestions on things like that, to talk about, I'll be here. I'll strike up a live and we can talk. But like I was reading with the healing process, I have to start journaling again. And it's just your emotions that's bottled up inside you, that's just putting it on the paper. And instead of going and screaming and cussing and lashing out at people, I'll do that on paper. And it does help. And then I go back and I look at those feelings and emotions, and like I said, it shocks me at the end of the day. So again, it's support groups. I'll be a support group. I appreciate Miss Callie, Stu, Miss Melanated Queen again. I am the streets. Prayers to you guys as well. I appreciate you guys for pulling up, letting me vent about the coping and healing process. Y'all made me feel so much better. I didn't want to stay long. I just think I needed to vent and talk a little bit. And it's just was a good title to set out for me or whatever. But everybody have a blessed Friday. Please tell your loved ones that you love them. Live life to the fullest. Take advantage of all blessings, and eat well. Get your checkups. Please get your checkups. And thanks again for pulling up. And I'm gonna start leaving resource numbers on my community wall. Breast cancer resource numbers. I'll do that after I get back. But I'm gonna start leaving those NAAA numbers. Also, like resources if people need food, electric, air, like 211 numbers, anything like that. Because I know everybody has hard times and things like that. But I want to start. I want to start leaving that kind of information on my community wall, and things like that. Prayers again. Thank you everybody for your prayers and stuff. I'll be going live maybe again. I gotta go. I gotta go home and take care of some stuff, with the family. But I'll be going live in maybe like another week or two, things like that. Because I think I want to talk to my sisters and my children about the coping and healing process, and I want to really gain a sense of how they feel about everything, and stuff like that, and probably bring that to my show. You know what I'm saying? As a family incorporated thing, and I think that'll bring us closer, just expressing how we feel about everything. You know. again, have a blessed Friday. Go check out some other lives, but everybody stay positive and safe out there. And again, tell your loved ones that you love them. Spend every minute, second with your loved ones. Life is not promised to us. And thank you.